We bring in the studio this morning one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr.? Pepe Julian Onzima. Thank you for coming in. Good morning. Why are you gay?
That's why they want to try to keep us out of
Who
it.
says I'm gay?
I'm angry.
You are gay.
I've had enough of these people.
No, it's not like that at all. I have what you call loneliness-induced homosexuality. I've been rejected by so many fucking women, it's not even funny. So then that's when the loneliness-induced homosexuality set in, you know. Because at least if you have a boyfriend as a man, you have somebody to talk to.
And they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies.
If I have to eat maggots, it'll be done. And I have a fry pan that, what I'll do is I'll cook a steak in here, and instead of cleaning it when I'm done, I just throw it in the freezer. What this does is then you simply heat it up again.
Sleeps in the same room with that creepy weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly.
Feel like shit, Facebook.
Bad, she smells, man.
It hurts to lay down.
Told her and Obama just stink.
Been
Obama
up all night puking and pooping.
over.
Oh man, I feel like shit. I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm clammy, my stomach hurts.
Hobbling round from
Been up all night.
my spirit gets close
Puking.
to the people and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of pointed people.
I didn't come into this world the way everybody else does, I don't think. I used to think that everybody had the similar experience, but like if I asked you what was your first memory in life, what would it be?
I don't think I know.
My first memory was almost like when you're dreaming and you're falling and you hit the bottom and you wake up.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first memory, but I didn't wake up here. I was inside my mother's womb.
And it was infested with maggots, which I ate them, so.
Too much, but. Alright. That's probably fine.
Okay. Did I
Well,
not?
we're recording, so hopefully.
All right. Well, hey, you know what? We'll get the volume
Slow
figured
down,
out.
dude. Now it's in the red.
Okay. How about that? That was a little bit more than I wanted.
That's fine.
Okay. Fuck. Why is it so complicated every time?
I don't know. I think that maybe that's the cheap part of the microphone.
Well, I like how the dial indicator is in the most inconvenient position possible.
Yeah, but it does have a mute button on top that I hit on accident all the time.
Really? Let me try. Did it work?
No, you have to
Okay, I'm not gonna do it. I'll break it.
Pretty sure it's muted now.
Is it muted?
Yeah, it's muted. There you go. Now.
Hey, mute button works. Okay. Next time I'm having racist thoughts, I can just hit the mute button.
So we have to update everybody that our Jimmy Johnny YD from Pakistan.
Yes.
Pretty good job.
He did professional.
Yes. So I had to give him a tip because it asked me to.
I had to give him a tip because it asked me.
Wasn't sure exactly if I was supposed to or not, because it was you go to check out and it's usual for customers to give their artist a tip on Fiverr, and I was like, I mean that doesn't seem right, but whatever. And then I said no, and then it was like, are you sure? And I was like, all right, fine, whatever. So I was like, what's the lowest amount?
Right,
And it was
right.
like $5. I'm like, dude, this is like 30% or more than 30% of what I paid this guy. And I'm like, fine, whatever, dude. Like this guy's in Pakistan, so maybe.
Dude, you probably
whatever.
paid for his
But
child's school.
With the fees, it was like $8.32. So who even knows what he got, right? So I just was like,
he ends
whatever,
up getting
man.
only 50 cents at the end of the day.
Probably. I don't know. It was yes. So as you guys can see, let me pull up the statistics here again. We do have at least a few real viewers, which was shocking to see, which is cool. We I don't know, this past week in particular was particularly there was like multiple times when I woke up because the kids like did not want to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Turn mine up a little bit. And basically like I would get like zero sleep and then have like super bad anxiety from it.
Okay.
And then I would just wake up and it would just be like, everything you're doing is gay. The podcast is gay. Delete it right now. Nobody thinks you're funny. Everyone's laughing at you. Like all this stuff. So you guys are getting to have what I fought through to not delete it, all 18 of you out there.
Exactly.
So,
We got to stay committed, give the fans what they need.
I do really want to know because one of the first, there's this geomap thing on the RSS website, and it looks like somebody in Mexico listened to it, but I can't tell unless we pay for it and I'm not paying for it. So,
Oy, vato, thank you.
Yeah, so Javier, we love you.
Javier, I have a real question. Do you accept Shia LaBeouf as a real Mexican LA gangbanger?
I mean, he did get all those tattoos.
He did. I'm looking at his tattoos right now. I did not know he had that big of a front piece.
Well, no, that was because of a movie. So there was this. I don't even know what the movie is called, but it was where he literally was basically playing like blackface, playing a Mexican guy.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure he's called the Joker in the movie.
Was it the tax collector? Is that the movie?
Dude, I don't know. I just remember seeing that he had. Yes, that's it. So he's playing a Mexican. Doesn't look Mexican at all. Has like a cholo accent that's like really bad. All of those tattoos on his chest are real. Like he got real tattoos for this movie.
That's fucking crazy.
And it's funny because he has like a really dumpy body and like all of the art. And like this was an official image for it.
Okay.
And this is airbrushed, touched up. You can see where they like shrunk the fat on his legs, and he looks like a high schooler.
Oh, dude, that's hilarious.
That's supposed to
What kind
be...
of body type is that? That's an interesting phenotype.
I don't know. He's like a. It's insane because his calves, like, I mean, look at that one leg. You can see they didn't even do it evenly. Like, look at that, right, like under his knee, and then look at that. Right? Like,
Perfect.
So unless he's deformed, maybe he's just deformed.
He could be. He's
but
fucking crazy.
He was going insane on in New Orleans. And was scared of gay people apparently.
Yes, that's the funniest.
Oh, he also has fake cauliflower ears in this movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That are mirror images of each other. They're not. They're like literally like off the shelf cauliflower ears. So
it's not even good. I can't believe he wouldn't even like hit his shit with a hammer to get real cauliflower ears.
Well, the thing about it too, that movie is particularly bad because I'm pretty sure that that was supposed to be his like comeback.
Okay.
Right? To like, or like maybe not necessarily a comeback, but to like reinvent himself kind of as like a like. You know how I'm trying to think of an actor this applies to, but I guess it would be like in a way, the John Wick guy, Keanu Reeves. I hope he like all of a sudden came out of nowhere and it was like wholesome Keanu Reeves, awesome movie star guy because he was in John Wick.
Sure. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm like pretty sure that's what Shia LaBeouf was trying to do with that tax collector movie because I remember they had this like really dark, gritty reboot. Like it's not the same Shia LaBeouf you've seen before.
Yeah, it's not your Disney Channel holes Shia LaBeouf.
And he's like. I mean, this movie was, I think I saw like a quarter of it.
Okay.
And was just not really sure what it was. I mean, it's like a bunch of things mashed together. I know he's supposed to be the Punisher kind of.
Sure.
But I know for a fact that he didn't have as big of a role as he wanted. And so he was only in like a quarter of the movie or something.
Okay.
From what maybe I'm completely wrong, but from what I picked up, he was not in the movie very much, but he was all over the promotional stuff. And also, I think that they wanted that character to have like a spin-off, like it was almost like sequel bait for that character.
Okay.
And I mean, from what I saw, he had a terrible accent, and I didn't believe he was Mexican, but the character did work. But I mean, he literally isn't he the Joker in it? Like his name is Joker. Are you looking at it?
I'm looking. I looked it up, and I have the like cover photo you were looking at. And I'm looking at his chest piece, and I'm just staring at his like uncovered nipple in the corner, and it's like that's always.
Oh no!
What do you do with nipples?
He's not the Joker.
Okay,
it's even better. He's the Creeper.
Oh, the Creeper!
He's a tax collector working for a crime lord known as Wizard. So
what the fuck?
It's a very coherent story. I'm sure the Mexicans picked that themselves. But yes, speaking of movies, I was. This was the thing that. So I watched Django Unchained again.
Okay.
Recently, like I had it on the background when I was just playing video games or something.
Yeah.
Gooming on the Steam Deck. And out of the corner of my eye, like that movie is like really long. Like I I think that I've never sat down and just watched the movie all the way through. I've paid like really close attention to like percentages of it at a time, but never the whole thing in one go.
Right.
And the part where Quentin Tarantino, his like self-insert.
Where was he?
So he's like a slaver in it that gets like, shot or something.
All right.
Okay, but it struck me that it was like a really weird, just like a strange, like. So I like looked a bunch of stuff up about it because I'm like, what the fuck is this? So he has a terrible accent that it took me forever to figure out what it was supposed to be.
Really?
Because I thought he was trying to do South African, which I was like, I guess that kind of makes sense because South Africans, Rhodesia, you know, that whole like there's like a seeped heritage of hating black people if you're from South Africa.
Sure,
so I'm
right.
like, okay, whatever. But then I realized that I think he was actually trying to do an Australian accent, or like
and he was just that bad
like
at
a
it?
New Zealand or something, or basically like a Commonwealth country accent. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be Australian.
Okay.
So I was like, what a weird character to play. A pre-Civil War, like currently the beginning of slavery being abolished in America, right?
Uh-huh.
Pre-Civil War, so this was like a very narrow time window, like 1858 to 1859.
Yep.
Right. And why would there be an Australian there? Right. It's just like such a weird thing. And the guy's like a 50-year-old character. Like, whatever. So I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, that is weird. And then I was thinking back to his famous role in his Pulp Fiction movie, where he cast himself to just drop N-bombs in front of black people.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So there's that. And then I started wondering. So I looked it up, okay? And I'm like, when did Australia ban slavery?
Okay.
Okay? And I'm looking at it, and it's 1833. Okay, so I'm sitting there, and I'm like, so I'm putting the numbers together in my head. And I'm like, so you wrote yourself a character who was born in Australia. In his adult lifetime, slavery was banned.
And so he had
So you, for the love of the game, floated across the ocean in a boat to America to harass black people in a different country because you couldn't do it anymore. And not only that as a character, that is the one that you picked for yourself to play. And then you look at his background of characters, and I'm like, why does what is
why does Samuel L. Jackson like?
I mean, it's insane. I don't know. I thought it was. I'm assuming that it was not that well thought out, and it was just kind of like, well, I don't want to be like a New York
New York dandy whipping the blacks.
I think he lives in Israel now, which that was a thing that shocked me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he got like abducted by an Israeli woman, and he like lives in Israel with his girlfriend now.
No shit.
And he's not Jewish, so that's why I'm just like, what is even?
Maybe it's that good. Let me see what she looks like.
I don't know, man. I was just laughing at the concept of him, instead of like, that's just a character that happened and there's coincidences. That was the first thing that he wrote. So he was like, I want to play a guy from Australia who's so racist that I drive a boat to America and hurt black people. And then it's like, okay, now what's the setting going to be? And then Django Unchained.
Yes. That was the origin point.
That's the first thing ever put to paper.
It's like, okay, for the love of the game.
In 1983, I wrote this character, and that was the guy.
LMFAO. Dude, he looks so weird.
Yeah, he's got.
I mean, if you want to be like that good at what you do and that famous, you got to look fucking weird, right?
Also, I think he's like a big like I hate television guy. Like,
okay.
Or I don't know, TV shows can't be good. I think like an actual opinion he has, which is kind of a based take because like I love personally just like the sweeping generalizations that are like there's no way it's actually true, but like say it with like conviction. Like that's my
sure.
'Cause I have like a bunch of those, right? Like I fucking hate birds in general. Like I just hate them. Everything about them, they piss me off, right? And it's like it doesn't really make sense even when I try to explain it, but it's like something about like they're like a step in the ladder of evolution that was like conquered by us, and it's like just like fuck off, dude. Like you know what I mean?
You don't belong here.
Not
I don't like
that.
you anymore.
It's just like there's something about them, like their eyes. I don't trust them. Like they have this. It's like the like reptile look. You know? Like I don't like them.
The birds aren't real.
No, they're real, and I hate them. They all need to die.
Is that why you had no problem with the Gary method of dispatching game birds?
Well, I couldn't have stopped that if I wanted to. That was I don't know, man.
That was a lesson in life and death right there.
That was brutal. That was he took like a grouse or something and like grabbed it after he shot it and it wasn't dead and he carried it over to his truck and then smacked its head on the trailer hitch. But it happened so quickly that I didn't know what was even going on until it was done.
It was too late.
Yeah,
and you
and I
heard
was
the
like,
dunk.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ, did we just watch like an Al Jazeera video on
I
a
like it
bird?
because it's like a 75-year-old man hobbling over to the trailer hitch and he just whack.
Well, I think it was kind of like slow motion-y a little bit when it was happening, and it's not like I really would have stopped it.
Like a car accident. You're in the car accident. You're just watching that.
Well, it's more like I thought maybe he was gonna like. I don't know what I thought he was gonna do, but it wasn't that.
He was gonna go at the bird.
I don't know. Maybe like. I don't know, but maybe stick his head in the exhaust pipe for a little bit.
Go to sleep.
You know.
He was gonna go bring out the cherry cola for the bird.
You know.
Tea and milk.
Hot tea, boil them. No. We on my way home today. I don't know if you had this experience. Did you get stuck? You were close to old people roundabout time. Did you get stuck? Did you take?
No.
Which way you didn't go down Baldwin?
No, I didn't. I went up Sashbaugh, Seymour Lake, and then up Baldwin. I don't take Baldwin.
Yeah, Baldwin. I'm pretty like, I don't know. I'm used to it now, so it's not that bad. But there was a day this week where I was like spazzing out because there was like a million old people just all in front of me, and they kept. I don't even know. I mean, I'm wondering if they had like a pact with each other to just ruin everyone's day.
Well, they got nothing to do, dude. All they got is fucking time, and there's no urgency behind anything.
It's a 2-lane roundabout, right? The left lane you can go left or straight, and the right lane you can only go straight.
Right.
That's the options. And there's this guy, and there's like 4 roundabouts in a row. In the first roundabout, this dude. And there's an old lady in one lane and an old guy in the other lane, and there's no one coming around the roundabout. And they pull up and they stop, and then they turn their left blinker on. And I'm like, "What, you're gonna turn left?
You're
like,
gonna
what?"
turn into each other?"
Then they stopped, and then they turned their right blinker. Like they were like switching blinkers, and then they started going. And it was like watching them, and they were like sawing the steering wheel around, and the cars were like they couldn't like handle like turning
a like 100-foot diameter circle.
Yes. And then the one person made it all the way through in the right lane, and then the guy in the left lane, or whatever, the creature in the left lane, almost didn't like turn in time or something, and was like going straight, and then they cut it too hard, and then swerved back and ran over the curb, and I was like, oh my god! And the next roundabout is like 50 feet up.
I know, dude.
Right?
And
they stop again, and then
with
they do
nobody
the same
coming,
thing.
nobody in the roundabout.
What the fuck are you turning your blinkers on for? This is like. What are you doing?
Well, this is why there should be like a mandatory drive tests for anybody over the age of 60. Like, dude, holy fuck, get out of the way. Like, this is ridiculous.
I know, but they
and women need a big time drive test.
It was like crazy. So then I pull up, and eventually one of them turned or something. And I make it to the final roundabout, and I'm like, sweet. I weave through traffic to get ahead of him.
Yep.
And there's this old dude in this like Dodge single cab truck.
Okay.
And it's like an old shitty one, and the guy was just like, I looked at him and I kind of knew like he either didn't know what was going on or like he just whatever. He's in the right lane, I'm in the left lane.
Yep.
I'm going straight.
Yep.
And I just got this feeling like, all right, like I need to be careful, right? So I pull up and I start to go, and he's head to head with me.
Yep.
Okay. And then I just, for some reason, I'm like, you need to hit the brakes. So I just hit the brakes.
And he gets over.
And he just cuts right in front of me and like flips me off.
What the fuck are you doing, dude?
It's a 1-lane roundabout. Like you can only go straight or in the right lane.
Yeah.
Right. So he drove in. Like he was going to just ram into me. Right. So I like had to slam on the brakes and whatever. And I mean, I thought for sure he had hit me. And it was like,
that's literally my dream when I'm older, is just like run into people.
Well, I had a dream because we have a lot of old people being dead or dying around us right now.
Yes.
And I have to hear about it. So I wrote down something that as an old person, the way I'd like to go, because I thought about it for a while. But this dude, and he cut me off. Basically, I'm lucky. Like that was like I had like a 10% chance of not getting my car crunched, and I literally don't know. I wasn't like, this guy's gonna hit me.
Sure. And he's in like a $1,200 beater, and
yes,
you're in an actual next truck, and it's like, dude.
Well, I'm in not a beater. I wouldn't say it's nice anymore, but it's not a beater.
Yeah.
And
nice to me is anything after 2015.
That's nice. So he got like, he cuts me off. I slam on the brakes. The guy behind me almost runs into me.
Yep.
Then there's a woman in a minivan who just pulls into traffic.
Yep, naturally.
In front of him, and it was just whatever. So I had to like fishtail through and whatever, and like I got out fine, and nobody got into an accident. And that old guy either was a master troll and fucking got me, and I'm talking about it to our 18 devoted listeners,
yes,
or that guy is probably like dead in his smoking husk of his car somewhere when somebody wasn't paying attention. So, but my like great aunt, some estranged family member died, and there was a whole thing about it, and she was like lived like a hobbit or something. I don't even know. But my grandma, she's in like
a hobbit or a hermit.
Both.
Okay.
Like
she was short and kept to herself.
She weighed 75 pounds.
Dude, that's so crazy.
But she wasn't sick from like she was sick, but that's not why she weighed 75 pounds. She lived in like a house with no water or electricity in a neighborhood for like 20 years because she just wouldn't pay the bill. And we all thought she was like broke. She wasn't broke. She was just, I don't even know, like she's an insane person. Right?
So a living cockroach, like a human cockroach.
Dude, she died, and like I mean, I hope she's at peace, I guess.
There you go.
I don't really know. I think I met her one time, right? But my grandma on the other side of the family is like in assisted living, whatever. She like, when you get old, things are bad.
Yep.
That's the whatever.
Everything's bad.
They looked at the quotes for hospice.
Uh-huh.
And the cheapest one was $15K a month.
Holy fuck! What?
And it's like so. Like,
what are you supposed to do?
I know you put that into terms, and it's like, okay, so the only way you can die comfortably at the age of 90 is lay on a bed and have people like dose you with fentanyl. At your
Dude,
house,
literally, like actually,
be a millionaire. Like that's. I mean,
even if I was a millionaire, I'd be like, fuck it, roll me out to the woods, shoot me up, and let me go.
Right there, what you're talking about.
Is this what's leading into it?
This is when I was thinking about it, 'cause I'm like, damn, dude, I don't want my kids to have to like whatever.
Yeah, I don't want to waste half of my wealth.
I was thinking about how. If I'm ever like 90 and like in a wheelchair and just like dying or whatever, and if I have my wits about me, because what brought this up was my grandma apparently was trying to like have I don't know what was going on in her brain, but she was trying to escape wherever she is.
Okay.
So she started faking having a stroke apparently.
Really?
And was telling my mom that, and my mom's like, I can see that you're not.
Like, is she like cognitively there, or is she like?
I don't know, man.
Is she just trolling everyone, or is she just like
definitely was,
crazy?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay. Anyway.
But she started like faking having a stroke, and then the doctor was like, "You're not having a stroke."
Yes, I am.
She was like, where she was, they had a doctor.
Okay.
And then she was like, "Yes, I am actually," and they were like, "No." And then she reached down and started like wheeling herself in her wheelchair out the door.
Okay.
And they were like, no. And they like, I don't know what exactly they did, but they did something to keep her from using her hands to do that.
Do they just put the brakes on the wheelchair?
I don't know. And then my mom looked over and she was halfway to the door again, using her feet to like pull herself in the wheelchair. Right. And it's like, it's sad and whatever, but like, man. And then what I was thinking about was if that's me.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to make up some reason and be like, I love the police. Please bring the police to me. And then as soon as they're near me, I'm just gonna reach for their gun.
Death by Scott.
And it's gonna be like, you're gonna have to fucking shoot me,
yep,
or I'm gonna kill you. That's dude, to the cops.
That's been my dad, who is he is a legend unto his own right. But like his whole like death plan is like, yep, when I'm 90, take me out to the middle of the woods, give me whitey tighties, a fifth of vodka and a shotgun, and leave me there. And it's like, okay. He's like, yeah, then come get me and bury me on the family plot so you don't have to pay taxes. I was like, yeah. All right, thanks, Pops. Because he saw like a Vanilla Ice video saying like, if you bury people on your property, you don't have to pay property taxes.
Yeah, you're gonna have to turn your thing down a touch.
Okay, let me see.
Just like a little tiny bit.
Like that? Did I go the wrong way? Let me check.
It's fine for now.
Okay.
We need a producer, dude. Maybe episode 5 we'll be able to have a producer.
Get a producer?
Yes. No, it was I don't know. I always the people who say that when they're like, yeah, just fucking put me on the mountain.
Wheel me out
and take me. It's like I understand that and whatever, but I just feel like it would be much better if you had like a public like just you like caused the scene and like
something like, to remember, to solidify you and for everyone. I mean,
there's no like, what are they gonna do? Like? I mean, I guess they could just like shoot you with drugs and be like,
"You're also 9 days late." You just be like, "No," and like tap you on the nose because you're like frail.
I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, if you were like, "Please pose with a picture for me," and you like grabbed the gun and just started shooting it in the holster, like you're not gonna not like I don't know. That's I guess my ideal thing to go would be like after almost 100 years of living to just like strap myself to like a bungee cord and assault a cop from like
there you go.
Rooftop, like wheel myself with a wheelchair to the edge of the roof. And,
yep.
Like, call a cop and like swoop in and pick him up and bring him to the roof. And like, you have to kill me now,
dude. You could probably get one to shoot you if she was a girl cop. I saw a video.
That is true.
I saw a video of like this traffic stop, and it was a black dude, and they were like pulling him out of the car, or he got out of the car.
I've seen that video.
And he's like, "Hey, do you have like a gun on you?" He's like, "Yeah, I carry." And the like, "Okay, we're gonna get it from you." And the lady reaches in his pants, grabs the gun, and just shoots him in the leg.
Oh yeah, I saw the one where they had the guy on the ground and the lady just started shooting him.
Yeah,
and it was like, well, I thought it was a taser.
Really? Yeah, you had two guys restraining a guy on the ground.
But even if it's true, turn it down a little bit more. Even if it's true, it's like so. The intention was to just tase the guy who's being held down by three people.
Oh, she thought what she had was a taser?
Yes. She literally.
So she's that retarded.
But it's like I don't know, man. The whole thing was it was a brutal video because like she started like crying the second she shot him.
Yeah.
And then there was like one of the cops was like, "Oh, it's okay," like going to her.
Like, dude, you got shit going on, dog. Like, what are you doing?
So.
Man, I mean, hey, I'd get pulled over and shot in the leg for like what? How much do you think you get out of that? 80 grand?
I don't know, man.
50 grand?
I don't know. I was.
You're not a real man until you've been shot. Somebody told me that one time.
That was a thing that I thought when I was a child. There was when my dad was the victim of getting shot as a 15-year-old in Detroit. He wasn't a drug dealer. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. But when I was young, there was stuff like whenever something would happen, like I'd get stung by a bee or something, my dad would always be like, "Yeah, that's like something that just happens as you get older. As you grow up, like stuff just happens. If you like when you become a man, like just bad stuff happens. Sometimes you get like break a bone, you're gonna get like stitches, you're gonna get whatever.
Right? This is the shit that happens."
I extrapolated that in my mind to I have to be shot if I want to be a man, and I was like, I remember laying in bed like, "No, please." And
I don't want to do it.
And then I was like, well, maybe if I get shot in like the foot, it still counts, but like it's not like. Actually, one of the things I wrote down because this is like I said, this week is low sleep, lots of stress, so a bit of a Jeb Bush episode for me. But I was thinking about it, and like when you're laying in bed and you remember something really embarrassing.
Yes.
Okay. So
and you get hot and you.
No, I like spaz out for a second.
Okay.
And then it just like. It's fine.
Sure.
After a second, I'm like, for like whatever. So I was laying in bed and I was thinking about, just like something embarrassing popped into my head, and it was when I was like really little, or not really little, when I was like 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I remember because my brother was like up and walking and stuff, and when I was like 7 or 8, we went to like a gun show, and my dad was like, "Okay, you're getting old enough to like start to learn how to go hunting and stuff. I'm going to buy you a shotgun."
Okay.
And he got me this single barrel shotgun, like a break action single barrel, like $70 shotgun.
Okay.
And I remember he had a 410 that I would shoot with him.
Okay.
And, it's like, you're not going to hit anything. Like unless you're an adult, you're not going to hit clay pigeons with a,
Nope.
Nope. So he was like, I want to get you a 12 gauge, but I might have even been older. This makes the story even worse. I might have been like 12. I don't know.
Oh.
So he was like, I'm going to get you a 12 gauge and we'll just get some reduced like power shells.
Okay.
And they had these like half length shells. They were like this long.
At 410?
No, 12 gauge.
Oh, okay.
They were like little.
That's still a pop.
They were actually apparently what they were designed for was to use in a like sawn off shotgun.
Okay.
So I don't know, but they were still 12 gauge shells. Okay, but they were like super low recoil. But I remember him, and it was like a really crappy shotgun, so he was able to like cut the barrel down to whatever the legal length was. And,
Perfect.
make it maneuverable for a child.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, it's not like we were doing anything dangerous. We were shooting clay pigeons on the ground at a shooting range.
Standard white people activity.
Exactly, like the trailer trash gang rise up. But
naturally.
We all right. I am gonna need to steal one of your beers finally.
Oh, dude,
I drank my Labatt's, and now I'm drinking.
We're handing off a Montucky cold snack. They're our sponsor.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd say that. Are we 8% of the?
Oh no, dude, we're 4%. This is like the wateriest, like shittiest beer.
Maybe we could claim that we're a local cause from Montucky.
We are.
Is this? Where's this from?
I couldn't tell you. I had it one time out in Montana, and I couldn't find it. And all of a sudden, at my local Meijer,
Bozeman, Montana, okay.
I saw it on the shelf, and it was for sale for $999.99.
So you bought the whole thing?
So I picked it up and I scanned it, and it was like, oh, you get it for like $3. I'm like, oh, sick. But it's like, you drink like 10 of them and still walk in a straight line.
Yeah, it has like almost no flavor at all.
Exactly. Anyway, sawed-off shotgun.
The little sawed-off shotgun. I remember distinctly. I remember actually the beginning of this was I walked down into the basement where my dad was working on it, and he had sawn the barrel off with an angle grinder.
Okay.
And I'm like a little idiot.
Yep.
Right. And I just picked the piece that he cut off. I put my finger in it and picked it up.
Oh my gosh, you put your finger in it?
And it was like super, super hot.
And sharp,
screeched.
dude.
Like it burnt the shit out of me.
Uh-huh.
And I remember screaming. And then my dad was probably already not pleased with that.
Naturally.
And he was like, fuck off, go upstairs, whatever. So I'm upstairs and I'm already whatever. And I kept getting it in my head because he was in a responsible way telling me hey, this is going to kick more than your 410, so
sure.
You need to don't drop it, don't whatever,
hang on and pull the trigger.
Yeah. And I just it was, the whole thing was just so much. And I remember he finally he's like, okay, it's time to shoot it. I was like, no. And he's like you need to come outside. We just went and bought this for you, and then I worked on it to make it special for you. You need to shoot it. And I was freaking out. And I remember not even knowing really why I was so worked up and basically crying. And we go outside, and I'm hyperventilating, and I don't even know why, because I had shot plenty of stuff before.
Sure.
And he hands me the thing, and I'm shaking, right? And I remember thinking my knees were gonna buckle, holding it.
You're just gonna shoot it and go limp and fall down.
I don't know. And I remember my brother is 4 and he's laughing at me. And I'm holding this shotgun, and my dad's just shoot it. He's basically just shoot so we can go inside. And I remember I was okay, and then I think I closed my eyes and just pulled the trigger, and he freaked out because I wasn't looking where I was shooting.
Right.
Whatever. And I remember just literally he grabbed it out of my hands, and I screeched and just ran away. Okay. And I just remember being in my room hiding, and my dad comes inside, and my mom was just don't even whatever.
Yeah.
And I just for 2 hours sat there, and it was more so even as a child, I was that was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
And I was thinking back about that. Right.
Uh-huh.
And I was laying in bed, and that popped up in my head, and I had a couple other ones like that where it was just oh my god, man, there's no
I was thinking about this the other day because I knew this would inevitably come up, the most embarrassing thing, and I had some serious
No,
thought.
that was not the most embarrassing
No.
thing. That was something I thought of. That's if you think of embarrassing stuff, I could, it'd be hours, man.
Really? Because the one I was thinking of in this realm was this is pretty bad, but we were my whole family, I got 6 siblings, we were all homeschooled. That's why we're all socially retarded. And we had another homeschooling family. But see, we were the homeschool that wasn't make your own clothes and grind your own wheat. We were kind of a cross in between.
Okay, this is a thing I meant to actually ask you outside of this, because I don't understand this. What is the obsession? Because you lived this.
Yeah. Okay.
No one else in the world did. What is the deal with being you have to make your own clothes? That's the part I understand growing your own food, because even when
sure, and that spans between everyone, right? But the whole make your own, I never got the whole make your own clothes
thing. Is there a reason, or is that just we're doing this?
I probably, dude, I don't know. There was only one family that we knew that was like,
But they were like, you have to do it. Not like,
yes,
not
yes.
Like you
The
should know
only
how
thing,
to-
the only thing they were, at least all the women, the only thing the women were allowed to wear were just like their own shit that they had to make.
And
They
I'm
had,
sure that if they made themselves like a crop top.
oh,
that was-
unforgivable. Which is funny because like they lived all that. Like the one hot daughter out of that group went and like fucked 3 black guys and has 2 black kids, but whatever. But those people made their own clothes and whatnot, so they were weird. But so we were out back playing and everything, and I think I was like 8, maybe 10, and we were sitting there and we were singing a song to the women.
Well, remember though, because you guys are all really close in age. So your older brother, you're the second oldest,
Right.
Your older brother's only maybe a year old.
Yeah, 16 months, and then my next brother is 22, and everyone after that is 22 months apart.
Yeah. So you guys are within like bullying.
Oh yes,
range.
yes.
Because with my brother, I only have one sibling, and I'm sure I bullied. I was not a nice guy for a long time, so I'm sorry, Ben. But and all of Ben's friends.
Yeah.
But I remember being like, it's not really like fair to kind of like punch down, but oh shit, you guys were plenty close enough.
Dude, we were
punching
so close in
slightly
age.
up or slightly down.
I mean, it
That's
was
the-
just to the side, man.
Yeah,
I mean, like
lateral.
because for the longest time, me and the top 4 siblings were like literally they same shoe size, same weight, same hairstyle. I mean, same everything.
Clones.
But we were outside and we were singing to these ladies that were older than us.
What were they wearing?
They were wearing full length skirts,
But like what
full
material was
length like denim skirts, and then like a Little House on the Prairie blouse where
like
it came.
a pirate shirt?
Yes, literally a pirate,
Yes.
but a short sleeve pirate shirt.
Ooh.
And so they were walking around being like, "Well," and they were like 14, 15. We're like 8, 10, 12. And they're like, "Oh, these fucking kids, shut up!" Right? But
were they normal?
no.
So that were they probably just like
They were just like, our parents told us we must go outside and
frolic in the fields
with the lads. And we're sitting there and we're singing a song from the play 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. Now, if you don't know that, go ahead and look it up. And there's one in there where it's like singing about how you can't sleep alone, you can't sleep with the sheep, you gotta sleep with a lady. And we thought that was pretty devious.
So this is a 1954 Western musical.
Yes.
With who's even in this? Thing?
The one
Howard Keel.
Oh, dude,
this lady's a fucking. These people look like shit.
Yes.
Look at these fucking people. That lady's a
damn,
demon.
damn.
Jane Powell, literally.
She's wearing faces and dancing around a campfire.
Yes. Okay, so hold on. Let me get some words. What was the song?
Can't sleep with sheep. It's probably not the. Let's see. Let's look this up.
Can't sleep with sheep.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not. What's it called when you sleep with animals?
Bestiality.
Yes, it's not a bestiality song.
I'm trying to find this. It was. This is like such a hard thing to set the scene for people who don't know.
I know. I can see it vividly.
I'm sure
in my mind.
You lived it. Can't sleep with.
Oh, Lonesome Polecat. That is the name of the.
Oh, okay. Can't sleep with sheep.
We might have to play it so people could really understand it.
Oh, let me see what the fuck this is. So, like, what is it? I don't understand. Like, why did you know?
Oh, dude, this
This
is actually on VHS when we saw it. Okay, and this was something we watched a lot, because we were raised on VeggieTales and John Wayne and like no modern movies unless my dad wanted to watch it at night and tell us to close our eyes when there was like blood or tits, right?
Oh.
So
See, my dad did the same thing, except for it was for whatever reason, and I still don't like. I don't understand this, but it was I could play rated M games as a 3-year-old
Okay.
as long as there was no nudity or sexual themes. And I remember like playing. I remember there was one time my mom yelled at my dad because we were playing Serious Sam, which still it's a bit of like a
point of contention.
No, I mean it was fine. I remember the way my dad pacified my mom with it was which is pretty smart if you're a game developer. All of our fans that are game developers
Naturally.
out there, and you're making M-rated games for children, this is the way you do it. You have a gore setting in the menu that changes the blood to flowers.
Whoa.
Or greens, from red to green.
That's a good idea.
And he told me that he had the settings wrong. And it was actually, since they were aliens, the blood was supposed to be green. And I was like, oh, we'll change this shit over to green. My mom was okay with it. And then eventually my dad forced my mom to play it with us. We had a LAN party going at 4 stations in our house.
Okay.
Where we were playing Serious Sam. So that was, I remember very distinctly, my mom was playing on a computer upstairs, and I died, and I sprinted upstairs to help her.
Oh,
so
wow.
So
you had the whole family involved.
Yes, she did not care for it.
I bet.
I don't even know why she agreed, but I think she didn't have a choice, because it was
mandatory.
Yes. So you're singing a song.
We're sitting there, I remember, and my dad built a huge sandbox out back, and we're walking around the sandbox singing the song. Let me just give you a verse here to really set the mood.
Before you start it.
Okay.
There are...
Oh, I'm going to sing it.
How many women... I don't want to sing it.
Oh, I'm going to sing it.
I need to hear the actual version of it. There were how many girls there?
There were... there were 2 functional girls. One, she had Crohn's so bad that she would, literally 90 years old, walk around, just, walk outside the door and just walk on the patio. So there was 3 women, 2 eligible bachelors. Bachelorettes, so, yes.
But how old were they?
Oh, they were 15, 16.
Okay, so they're
considerably older.
Okay. And they're just in a sandbox?
Yeah, they're
pacing the perimeter?
Well, they're kind of playing around outside by with themselves,
okay, so
and we're just
sauntered up singing.
Yes, and we're harassing, right? So let me see if I can find the right All right.
Turn it up, dude.
Bear with me here, gentlemen and ladies.
Hold it up closer.
Yeah, here we go.
It's not picking up.
Not picking up? All right, let me get my phone real quick, because, you'll understand why an 8-year-old would want to sing this to some...
Well, I'm looking at the lyrics to it right now, and it's I'm a lonesome polecat, lonesome, sad and blue, 'cause I ain't got no feminine polecat, vowing to be true.
Exactly.
I can't make no vow to a herd of cows. Did you have any idea what it meant?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we knew, because in the movie, they're heartbroken, because after they kidnapped everybody in town and took them to their secluded area, they collapsed the mountain pass to trap them there. And the women that they trapped didn't want to be there, so they were really sad.
Dude, what bitches, dude.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I just abducted you. So...
All right, go ahead.
There you go, that's good.
All right. Here you go, gentlemen. The best 3 minutes and 45 seconds you'll ever hear.
We're not listening to the whole thing. Your speakers are blown out.
Yes. let me get ahead into here.
You want to hear cow noises? Fucking turn it off. So you're.
Yes, so we're sitting there harassing these ladies that are playing by themselves, which are already, weird in their own right. And I'm sitting there and I'm doing my thing, fucking giving it to them. And all of a sudden, I go to fart. And I shit my fucking pants. And I'm talking a log, bro. To the point where I turn back and I go hey, Noah, Sam, you're going to have to keep this going. And I'm walking away. Yeah, so I was thinking about that the other day. And I was like, yeah, that's...
Did they notice?
Probably, but they literally, the entire time we were doing that, weren't acknowledged. At all.
Yeah.
And these were the weird kids, right? So I was like, damn.
So when you're singing that, I am looking at pictures of apparently the scene that this came from.
Yes, the wood chopping scene.
3 of them.
Yep.
Did each of you have an assigned part?
No, we all sang the melody, and I think I took lead on it. So
of course,
naturally, I will have you know, I did have a solo in the Christmas choir concert my freshman year. So yeah, when you're sitting in bed and you're think about oh fuck, I can't believe I did that. Yes.
The stuff I wrote down, and some of it it's I don't even remember thinking this.
Sure.
Okay, and one of them here is this may be just like there's like a ghost in the machine and it wrote it for me, and
Okay.
I literally have no recollection of writing this down. It's a good idea. The question is, could you sniff enough poppers to just shit yourself?
Oh, 100%, dude. That's not even that's a mathematical equation right there.
I don't know. Could you if you had like a gas mask and like the entire filter was just filled with like whatever.
Why don't they do that when you're like constipated? Like, you know,
I'm
if you're back
assuming sniffing poppers probably isn't good for you.
Yeah,
right?
dude, but if you're like backed up, I'll take a couple
it
years
like-
off my life to get that shit out.
Isn't it literally? You know, I've never actually been constipated. That's a fun fact. about
Really?
me, yeah.
That's a superpower,
Now,
really.
my brother, when he was little, he would literally the only fucking thing he would eat would be brown sugar Pop-Tarts and Kraft mac and cheese. That's all he would eat. And I remember he would have to take that like magnesium citrate stuff.
Okay.
Or whatever the hell it was, the like special doctor juice. And he would, I remember sitting next to him, and he was playing some like Call of Duty or Battlefield or something.
Yeah.
And he was screaming, standing up with his like ass cheeks clenched because he was trying to hold the diarrhea in until he finished the game.
Oh my gosh, dude. Come on now.
Yeah, but
Come on
because
now.
he drank the super diarrhea milkshake, whatever the hell it
Before,
was.
and then he started a match?
No, it was like in the middle of. I remember he was like, "Yeah, like, like mom and dad are like making me drink this because I haven't pooped in 2 weeks." Like,
Jeez,
whatever.
dude.
But I remember one time he didn't go to the bathroom for a long time, and we were really little, like really, really little.
Really?
And I mean, I couldn't have been. I had to have been like 10, so he was like 6, right? And I remember him taking a shit that was literally like the size of a Nerf football.
Really?
When he finally pooped, and I remember my mom having to take it out of the toilet in a bag because it was so big it wouldn't go down. And I remember like not knowing what was going on, walking down the hallway into the bathroom, seeing it. Ben was walking out of the hallway, just like non-bothered, literally going back to
like, hey, I did it.
Like, yeah, and just whatever. Like it seemed like he was inconvenienced. Right,
and your mom's in there with rubber gloves and a
no,
Myers
I saw
shopping
the bag.
bag.
It was a Target bag. I remember it.
Oh my gosh.
And it was in the bag, and my dad was like, "Come here and look at this." And it was literally the size of a foam Nerf football.
Jeez, dude.
I remember it. I like almost jump scared me seeing it. It was so big, and that remember as being like, how?
Yeah, that's not natural.
Yeah. So that. I also remember one time when Ben was young. I wish he was here to explain this because this was like, I remember me and my parents thought that he had some sort of medical condition because he was like, he had like his like skin was like turning purple, and you could see
like everywhere.
Yes, like he was turning like bruised looking purple.
Okay,
and you could see his like blood vessels and veins through his skin.
Jeez. And
my mom was like, we got to go to the doctor. So she took him to the doctor, and the actual answer, and I got it from him, and then I verified with my mom, was that he would play video games in my parents' basement for so long in his underwear that this was just his body adjusting to the cold, and it was like making physical changes to him, and like he looked like a zombie.
Dude, he was evolving.
He was evolving. Truly, he was.
Wow.
And that was around the time when he had, like, I don't know. This was before I even had a cell phone, I think. But he was playing, it was either Demon Souls or Dark Souls 1. And he had like 932 hours in it.
Holy fuck.
Right? And like,
dude.
Yes. And then I remember... I remember I bought Demon Souls when it first came out, which this is for the true goomers out there. You'll understand that was a big deal, hard to get in America when it came out
back in the day.
And it was the only reason I ever ended up actually buying it was because there was like the YouTube compilation videos of these people having like nerd rage meltdowns.
Okay.
Because it was so hard. Because nothing like that ever existed.
Sure.
Right.
And
I just remember buying it and immediately seeing the like anime Japanese art style and just not wanting to play it.
Really?
But I made my dad drive after work to GameStop to buy it. And because it was rated M.
Okay.
He had to do it. I couldn't like
Sure,
whatever.
right, yeah.
And he was like, "Do you like the game?" And I was like, Yep. And I'm like, I got smoked. And I remember basically just like pretending to play it for a couple of days and then just dropping it. Right?
Yeah.
And at some point, Ben found it, and he beat I was a Dark Souls hater for a long time.
Oh yeah.
And it took until around COVID for me to see the light. But Ben is such a twisted individual that he enjoyed at release and until now Dark Souls 2.
Wow. So he's like a true enthusiast. Like
Ben, I legitimately think he has more time in Dark Souls 2 than any other game.
Really?
And I remember
he's Dark Souls 2 guy?
I don't know if he's a Dark Souls 2 guy, but he is a I don't know. We need to get him. I have like,
guys. You really need to get this out to your friends because like we need at least 20 people to be like, hey, dude, we need to get fucking Ben on here.
Yeah.
Because he's being a little sissy. And trust me, gentlemen, once you hear this intro I made for this, you're gonna love it.
I did mean to whatever. We'll put it in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
I meant to play it to start, but whatever.
Truly a masterpiece.
Yes, but he was. I remember me being like a cool sports child, and he was like. It's funny because I went from being a video game nerd, but like a RuneScape and Oblivion and like Morrowind nerd, which is like kind of not that cool, to being like a physically large person that knew how to play sports, and then I like transitioned into I don't even know, like a half nerd, half sports guy. And then Ben took up the mantle with his his super ultra nerd video game stuff, and then immediately became a better athlete than me. And I was like, hell yeah, dude! But
sick, thanks.
At least we weren't in high school at the same time, so I didn't get to be outdone by him. But that Dark Souls 2, I remember him playing, and I didn't even know what it was. I remember thinking Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1 were the first game. I didn't know whatever. Yeah. And then at some point, like time passes, and I go downstairs to see what Ben is playing, and he's dressed in like a skirt with like the Smo body armor on. So he's like super fat with like this like weird like head thing on.
Okay.
And I remember looking at it and having this like panicked sense of like I don't understand
what's going on. What are you doing?
Yeah, and he like is like parrying the boss, and I'm just like unable to understand what the fuck I'm looking at.
Damn.
But, yes. So,
dude, I'm still trying to get my parry game up on Elden Ring because.
Oh, and this was I looked up poppers that finally loaded.
Okay.
It was they were originally used as VCR cleaner, and they might give you all of these diseases or something. But
sure.
That's one that really does make me wonder, like, who figured that out for the first time, because you huff it, and it apparently like gives you like a head rush feeling of euphoria or whatever.
So yeah, kind of like ether or whatever.
Yeah, but it also is technically a vasodilator, and I'm pretty sure that it will like dilate your butthole and muscles.
Natural, right?
All right. So like it will like literally loosen you up. Like I think it's like muscle. I don't know. And apparently it is OTC in the U.S., which I don't know. I don't know much about them. They're amyl nitrite.
Well, we do know secondhand knowledge for a fact that if you do enough VCR cleaner, you will get your fiance pregnant.
Oh, that is true.
That is a fact.
We do know somebody who.
Yeah.
Well, it's not you do enough VCR cleaner. It's if your fiance or wife or whatever it is does enough VCR cleaner.
Yes, they'll let you do the pump and dump.
I don't know. I do wonder. That is one of those things where it's like I would like to just like in a like sterile room. I don't know. Apparently, maybe with a diaper on, if that's what it's gonna do.
Yeah, right.
Just to, like have somebody like walk in with like a clear tray, and there's a little bottle of poppers on it, and we'd be like, "Thank you."
All right.
Pick it up and puff it, and then just like sit there and be like, "Okay," and then write down my findings and walk out like that. I want to know, but I'm afraid I've never seen them in a store. I'm assuming this is like a. I mean, I've looked them up before because I was trying to figure out like what the deal was with them, and they're apparently like
they're an OTC.
Well, I think that it's one of those things where that's such a broad classification, like any amyl nitrate,
sure,
whatever, is like whatever. It's a stupid legal thing, but apparently you can find them in stores. and they'll have them like behind the counter.
You can go to the website The Popper King.
Oh, I know that was I have seen that website before because I remember one of our friends' older brothers is gay, and he had this thing at his house, and we would go there in high school to get drunk.
The top comment on this is very clean, does not burn.
Oh, nice. And he had like on top of his fridge, he had this like 8-ounce thing of poppers, and it was called Big Black Clock Cleaner. Yeah, and I remember like seeing that, and like, oh, okay. And then he always had this guy that would hang around, and his name was Jovan. And at first, I thought they were like secret gay lovers, right? Like that maybe Jovan wasn't like openly gay or something.
Okay.
And then after like 3 or 4 times of us being over there, I realized that he was like a human slug that would just play like Civilization on Dave's computer.
Oh, okay.
And he literally, I never saw the guy not playing Civilization on that guy's computer.
So he let him get rammed in the ass just to play Civilization.
I don't think
because he didn't own a computer.
I don't think he was gay.
Okay.
I think he literally was just like a guy that Dave let hang out there.
Oh,
okay?
Interesting.
So maybe I'm completely wrong. Dave, if you're listening, you can correct me. I'm sorry.
Let me know.
You're a cool guy. It was at that house where we saw we smoked weed that wasn't weed and saw all the things and
the squigglies and the wigglies.
Yeah, it was not a fun time. That was a scary.
Dude, I might.
That was a time that our accomplice, we had to get home, and he took some sort of pharmaceutical pill to calm himself down enough to drive home. And that was a scary time.
Very strategic. Might have to try some poppers just to see.
That's what I'm saying. Don't you? Like, I want to know.
What?
Right?
How much? Okay, let's see. What do you think? 10 mil?
Expensive, man.
15 mil? All right, we'll do a 10 mil.
They're also like illegal, I think, or I don't know where.
Wow, it's like $20 for 10 mils.
You should sell those yourself.
I should.
Popper hookup. I don't know. I've never been to a store that sold them.
Okay.
But I've never looked for them either. So I have phases of like kind of remembering they exist, and then I don't really have much of a use for them.
Sure.
In my memory banks. So
dude, if I can use this to clear the tank.
I really don't think that's what they do. To be honest, I really don't think that's what they do.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
I think that I don't know.
What do you think Jesse Lee Peterson would be like on poppers?
I don't think they like. I think that they.
Is it literally just a muscle relaxer?
Poppers act as muscle relaxants, causing the relaxation of involuntary smooth muscles such as the throat and anus. And
so literally just for pigging and
but
sticking.
then again, they're saying poppers were part of the club culture in the 70s for disco and surged in popularities during the rave scene.
Oh, dude.
You've been to raves. Did you ever see anyone huffing poppers?
No, but there are other activities you can participate in that are way more fun.
Well, you've never done poppers, though. Oh,
that's a good point.
Apparently they cause eye damage, like for sure.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So we need to find somebody else to do poppers.
Yes.
Amyl nitrite.
Cyanide treatment. Ooh. Oh, that's what they're for. Okay. Amyl nitrate can help with cyanide poisoning. So, this is not interesting. I'm not going to read that.
You guys don't want to hear about all the drugs and counteractions.
Basically, I guess if you eat a cyanide, like Hitler, you could have saved Hitler with a popper.
Isn't there like...
he shot himself between the pill and the shooting himself in the head. You could have saved Hitler's dog, at least.
There you go.
I don't think he did anything wrong.
Mr. Doggo.
I mean, I had another interesting... Usually about once a week I'll have a crazy dream. And like this week I had this dream that it wasn't as brutal as the other, like last week's dream, but it was very strange, where I was at my house, like here.
Yep.
And I had wrestling mats and like an MMA ring set or cage set up in like my barn.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, I was a premier MMA trainer.
Oh.
Okay.
Brag.
And I was training Hamzat Chimaev, who do you know who that is?
I couldn't even tell you.
He's the welterweight champion in the UFC right now. He's like got like a cleft lip, and he's He's kind of annoying.
What country is he from?
Dagestan.
Ah, naturally.
Well,
Okay.
actually, not technically from Sweden.
Really?
I don't know. He, whatever. The dude, good fighter.
Okay.
Okay. He's kind of a little bitch because he like told everyone he was. I'm gonna fucking kill everyone.
Well,
And then
he's a welterweight, so
he fought. Well, welterweight's 185.
Really?
Yes.
For some reason, I thought it was like 125, but I am retarded. So
Well, actually, Levi's 500 pounds, so to him, so he like on his come up, he fought like 4 times in 1 year.
Okay.
And I think spent a cumulative like 1 minute and 17 seconds in the cage.
Wow.
He like murdered everybody. And then the second he became a champion, he caught a cold and like hasn't fought in 2 years. It's
no shit.
He had a very boring championship fight against a guy that everybody liked.
Okay.
Beat him in a very lackluster way, which if I were him, I would do exactly the same fucking thing.
Yeah, dude,
like,
fuck it. Less damage, just get it done.
He hit him with the literally 25 minutes of laying in a crucifix, like slapping the guy in the face.
Perfect.
I know, right? But then
You should just like get him in a crucifix and just 5-star his stomach for like literally 25 minutes.
Happened, like for real. And it's funny because there's a video after that fight of the guy who he fought. His name is Drickus Duplessis, who is a South African white guy.
Okay.
There's a lot of funny stuff with that.
Mr. Drickus?
He was technically, at a time, the only true African champion because he was the only UFC fighter who was a champion ever to actively live and train in Africa.
Okay.
So the white guy was the only true African.
I mean, is that really a surprise?
To me, it was because I didn't know he was South African. So when I found out he lived in Africa, I was like, what is going on?
Holy shit.
He has a very funny accent. He's brutal. He was the guy who made Sean Strickland cry because he was like, yeah, your dad fucked you, mate. It was like his...
Damn.
Yeah, so,
no.
But anyway, so in this dream, Hamzat is coming to my house to train, to wrestle for some reason. And in this dream, I was part of the few people who were let in on the secret.
Okay.
That all UFC fighters are actually much smaller in real life. So it's like the WWE will list guys like 6'11" and they're like 6'3".
Right.
So in my dream, though, all UFC fighters are like 3 feet tall. So they're like literally children. Okay?
Damn.
And I made him wrestle in my barn. And this is a Muslim fighter, right? He's like a big, like, pray to Islam guy. And in my dream, I had him like in my car and we went to the mall.
Okay.
And we went to like a restaurant in the mall and he kept going to the bathroom and I would be like, hey, he actually wants to eat pork. So like, I'm like torturing a 3-foot-tall
Muslim
UFC
boy, making him
fighter
eat pork.
by making him eat pork, and he'd be like, "I don't want pork," and then he'd be like, "I have to go to the bathroom," and then I'd be like, "Hey,
he actually wants
yeah,"
some pork.
and it would happen like 4 or 5 times, and I woke up, and it was just such a bizarre, like, what the fuck is like, why? And I remember there was like the fleeting, like I could like feel my like kind of grasp like the floating away balloon strings of logic that I had at the time.
Okay.
Which was like, I'm like toughening him up. Was like my
thought.
thought.
That was the thought process.
Yes. So that was
no, dude, he actually wants to eat pork.
I don't know, man. It was whatever. I'm looking at the other stuff that I wrote down too, which was I was thinking about the time that before we moved in, it wasn't even that bad of a neighborhood we were in before, but I had to like almost defend my kid from a random pit bull that was just running through the neighborhood. Like at the luckily we had a fence, and this pit bull, this like fully intact pit bull, ran up to the fence and started,
fully
like,
intact. What do you?
Huge balls.
Okay,
right,
all right.
He was fully intact.
He had it,
and he had like run up to the fence, and at first he seemed fine.
Sure.
And I was like, all right, like.
Whatever.
I'm like, let's just go inside, like get the kid inside. We have dogs. He's like rough with them in like a playful way, and I'm like, this is someone else's dog, even if it's not like a violent pit bull.
Yep, don't trust it.
Whatever. So he walks like kind of towards it, and he takes like 1 step towards it, and the thing starts like freaking out and like frothing at the mouth, like trying to like whatever. And I remember I sprinted up and grabbed him, and the pit bull started like trying to climb the fence, and I looked around, and the only thing that was over there was a rake. Okay, and I'm like, and luckily Rachel like stuck her head out, and like Owen ran inside, and Rachel whatever. And I had this dog climbing over my fence in the yard, and I had one of those rakes, and I'm looking at it, And I'm like, do I
fucking hit this
do I
thing?
like medieval peasant style, just like whack? And
What's the half sword game or the
yeah, that's literally a half sword, like a physics based game. But it was not one of those. It was not like a leaf rake. It was one of those like mulch. It was
like a garden rake where it's steel. And
I would have put that.
I was gonna
fucker
ask.
down. No, that was whatever. And I remember I'm holding this thing and I'm looking at it, and it like kind of looked at me for a second and like put its back feet down on the ground and stared at me. And we stared at each other for a second, and then the dog went down onto its feet and it just stood at the fence for a while.
It's like, yeah, motherfucker.
And I'm thinking, and then like there's part of me was like, this motherfucker. I'm like, he would have like mauled my kid.
Yeah.
Right. And then I was like, maybe I should just go fucking hit this thing with the
regardless.
rake,
Yeah.
And after a while, I was like, no, like I don't know if I could like actually just like whatever. So I go inside, whatever. Then like a day later, Rachel texts me, and I think that guy who owned the dog was like in their driveway, like screaming at the dog, just like hitting him with a stick.
Ah.
Yeah. And so I'm like, oh, okay, this
that makes sense.
a little more. Like I don't know whatever. And then we moved, so now I don't have to deal with that.
There you go.
But
when you said intact pit bull, I was like, what, does this fucker have 3 legs or what?
Yeah, no, he was in his mother's womb.
Ah, yes.
No. The other thing that I wrote down, one of them was I was thinking of this as, because when I drive into work a lot of the time, I see like, the bus stop.
Yeah.
People at the bus stop. And there seems to be like an interesting, predictable distribution of shapes of women that are with their kids.
Okay.
Right? And usually sometimes there's a guy there, right? But normally it's like the mom taking their kid to the bus stop. And
Right.
little, right? And there is always like one just enormous fat lady,
naturally,
right? And then there's like 3 or 4 smaller ones. And I was laughing as I was driving because I was imagining that it was like a standard loadout for like a D&D party, and like one of them's like the tank, and then there's like the wizard.
You have these support characters,
a DPS guy or whatever. So I was thinking about it, and I was just like, damn, dude, like. You have like this, like the fat bitch is like, gets in the way of traffic and stops it, and then you have like the like thief who comes.
And you have the one screecher that's casting spells, but it's just harassment that she's giving it to.
Whatever. So I thought that was kind of a funny thought.
Dude, what if I get up late because I have a guy in my street that's like in a chair bound? So I have a school bus
he is in a like Stephen Hawking get up. And he likes to harass.
Yes, he's people. A roller. He's a roller.
There were multiple times going over to Levi's house for the first time where I would just sit in the car so that guy couldn't drive up and talk to me, and I know he saw me. So it was just me and a handicapped guy staring at each other, and I'm like, listen, buddy, I got the air conditioning on, and you're cooking.
I don't have to look at you ever.
I can just close my eyes right now. Like, I don't need to.
We thought we were safe because we had a gravel driveway, but that bitch got 4-wheeled, man. He goes wherever he wants. But, like, I got a school bus that comes down the lane and a short bus. And so if I get up late, I'm stuck behind both of those bitches for 10, 15 minutes. And so you got to be quick. So I might have to have my own D&D party to, like, harass the short bus and the school bus to keep them in position. One of the things I wanted to ask you about, do you know about the pizza threats?
For what?
For the federal judges?
The pizza threats?
Yes.
No, I don't. Give me.
Let me give you some.
Give me a second.
All right, go ahead. I'll fill in our wide viewing audience with the. No, I got some. Unbelievable. I can't believe you don't like the cold snacks, bro.
Well, they're fine, but I mean, I guess I'll have one of those.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, see, all you got to do with Grant is you just got to pressure him into it a little bit, give it a little bit of spine, and he'll drink it. But anyway. The pizza threats. I saw this clip and I had to do some more investigation. But there's the AI overview is federal judges across the U.S. have been targeted by a surge of pizza doxing in 2025, where anonymous, unwanted pizza orders are delivered to their homes as a form of intimidation. Can you imagine getting intimidated by like an all-meat pizza? Like, bro, what? What are you doing? But anyway, the people that show up. They're like, hey, I got a pizza for Daniel Andrel. Andrel? Yeah, something like that. And that was the kid of a judge that got shot. And so people were like, oh, fuck, the pizza's coming. I'm going to die. And that's been happening quite a bit. And all the federal judges are being bitches about it. But it's really funny. I wouldn't mind getting a free pizza ordered every once in a while.
There's one left.
Yep, that's free. I had 4. That's right. Drink it.
Okay.
like it. Enjoy it.
No, what I was thinking about was that we're gonna have to at some point, like, I feel like it's almost impossible to just people who don't know anything about us, and like you can't just be like, so this is my whole life story, and this is why inside jokes are funny, and this is whatever, right?
Yeah, it completely removes it.
I feel like we need to have at some point like a primer, which we're gonna edit that out. So what is this? 10720. Right.
There you go.
So,
Make sure you get that out.
Yes. So we need to have a family primer and see what so people can understand, because like
there's some deep.
I know, but it's like the specifically. There's one of them that I don't even want to say it because it would ruin it, but the worm story, right? Like
yes, right. You can't just drop that out there, right?
I also need to, like, not only do I need that, but I also need, there's like a certain level of context around, like I almost need to have, like, in World War Z, the book, right?
Yeah.
There's like multiple accounts of the same story.
Yep.
Right, and so I need like corroborating people to be like, I was here when I heard of this happening.
Yes, okay.
It's so, dude, holy crap, man.
So much shit. So much. Yeah, that's going to happen. I was thinking about it, and like, man, I could get, like, you know, I at least have 6 guests that we could fucking...
That's another thing else. That's one of the reasons why we even started, is we have at least a year of just solid, just like,
oh, yes.
I could just exploit your whole family.
Absolutely, yes, exactly.
But there was a few things that I had...
yeah, what you got?
Also, whatever. And it was... one of the things I wanted to do was, obviously, we have to have like actual people listening.
Yeah.
But I think it would be funny to do something eventually where we just be like, okay, how about you design like a stupid product?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we'll just make it, because which is what we do.
We can
all
do
day.
fucking anything.
Yeah, we got like CNC machines and stuff. So I was thinking about
3D printers, man. Anything you dream up, we'll make it.
Yeah, that's why I'd be like, send me like your beautiful product idea. And
yeah.
we'll just like document like making.
Dude, that's a great idea.
Yeah,
just
something
something absurd.
The other thing I was thinking about was how it would be funny to have like a set up like a shitty like a van, like a podcast van.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
and just,
yeah.
like, basically like drive it somewhere and just like
just start.
I don't know. And I was thinking about how that could work.
It had to have the sliding door in order to do that.
Maybe. I mean, I was thinking not a minivan. I was thinking like,
no, not a minivan. But didn't GMC make one with the sliding door, like a 2500? Or were they all like?
Maybe. I'm imagining like a like a prisoner transport thing, kind of like, I don't know, but I had that because I thought it would be funny after we talked last time about like hunting camp up there to like document that in a way, right?
In real time.
Yes,
like...
that would be kind of a funny thing. But I had that. I had this one. This was to me a very funny, particularly because like, so at work there's a lot of like black guys, and like they have discussions all the time about like, you know, LeBron versus Michael Jordan, and it's like younger guys and older guys and whatever.
Yep.
And I thought that it would be really funny if you like made it a point to only memorize white players in sports, okay? And not even like you're not like Larry Bird is better than Michael Jordan, like not that. That's not what I'm saying.
Which could be
like,
true.
You talk, I mean, yes, but you talk about specifically like obscure like third string bench players.
Sure, like not even White Chocolate.
Yeah, no,
Larry
literally
Bird,
like
whoever.
Russell Johnson, right? And you talk about him, and it's to the point where the people you're talking to definitely don't even know who this guy is, right? But you do it for every single sport.
Oh, dude.
Right? So like you start on like I don't know, say baseball, right?
Yep. Yeah,
You could make the argument that like all of your favorite players at every position are white dudes, and that wouldn't be controversial.
Sure.
Right? And then you go to football, and it's like, like maybe, right?
Yeah.
You know, and then basketball, there's just no fucking way.
Not
Right?
even
But
a
it's
chance.
like that was my thing. I was laughing about thinking about being like, oh, you're a fan of the NBA? Like list your 5 favorite players, and you list like 5, like oh, I love Larry Bird.
Yeah.
And then like just
no name.
Literally, yeah. And then people are like, what? And then anyone who actually knows is going to be like, oh, so you like went deeper into
yes, you went to page 2 of the Google search to find this guy.
Like career bench rider. Like there was a thing that I saw, and it was this guy I've never even fucking heard of, and it was like would you rank this guy as a top 310 point guard of all time in the NBA? And somebody posted listeners only 311, and it's like shit like that is kind of like what I'm saying.
Dude, you could get it to a point where you can actually make people start to get angry about it too, and they would start like
but that was
and
I
hollering.
think the funny part to me would be more like the not necessarily the like them understanding what you're saying, right? It would be more like the
what
1 week later when they look it up and they're like, what the fuck did you
what are you talking about?
Yeah.
This guy touched the ball 2 times.
Yeah, so that's the thing that I was whatever. I had the other thing that I still it's like I don't know, in a world where I had unlimited funds, I wish I had like a Whitest Kid You Know style sketch show.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Because the one that keeps getting me, and this is something we talked about a long time ago, was I don't know if you even remember this, but it was prima nocta, right? You know what that is?
You
know what prima nocta is?
No.
So I have no idea if this is actually even real.
Okay.
But it wasn't Braveheart, I think. And prima
Oh,
nocta,
yes.
when they, like,
I
fuck
remember
your
this.
wife on the wedding.
Yeah,
night
I am the lord of this land.
Yeah,
Give me her pussy. Thank you.
It's like if you're getting married if you're in like medieval Europe and you're getting married, and like the lord of the land is there, he can be like, actually, I fuck your wife first, and like that's like the rule or something.
Yes,
I
right. Well, isn't that false? Like that didn't actually happen,
know,
or
in this world, in the twisted mind of Grant, it does.
Yes.
And
the feudal lords.
Exactly. So in this world, it does. And if specifically for the setup for the punchline of this joke, everyone just has to work with me. So the way that it works is there's like 2 warring factions.
Okay.
That are like, maybe they're in the same kingdom, but they're like, I don't know, like they're separate. So it would be like a king versus another king, and they have all of these disputes and whatever. And it would be like a movie, or like it would be set up in a way that would, I don't know how to best convey this, but basically there's 2 lords and they're fighting, and there's like little skirmishes and land disputes and stuff and whatever.
Yeah.
Right. And then eventually like they come to an agreement, and they agree to like, okay, basically like your son will marry my daughter. And it's not what you think. Don't worry.
All right. I thought we were going there.
No. No, it's my son will marry your daughter, and we'll like unite the whatever and blah blah blah.
Yep.
So do you hear that?
I hear the screecher. We got a screecher.
We do. And so my son will marry your daughter, whatever. So they go, okay. And like the wedding goes without a issue, whatever. And then they one of the kings goes like, all right, I will fund your honeymoon and, blah, blah, whatever. And they like go to some faraway, distant place.
Faraway land that's 50 miles away because
I don't know. In my mind, that's like, imagine going from like a Scandinavian country, like it's like whatever, and you like ride like in my mind, this is what's happening down like a river, and then like within like a mile, it's like a
like Thailand or something.
I think it's like Greece. Or something,
sure,
right?
Sure.
So they're in this foreign whatever, and it's like the first night they spend together, right? And they're getting ready to like make it to the bedchamber, and then there's a knock on the door.
Dunk, dunk, dunk.
Yeah, and there's a guy there, and he goes, you see, I am allies with, the bride's father, blah, blah. I'm here to claim prima nocta. And the guy goes, like, well, no, blah, blah, whatever. Like, I'm the Lord, you can't, whatever. And then he goes, well, you see, like, I'm the French prince, and I'm claiming prima nocta on you. And then he fucks the guy.
Oh, there you go. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
So basically, the guy gets raped, and that's the joke, I guess.
That could be reworked. That would hit home. That's really good.
But I thought it was
I was looking up the like prima nocta, and it came from like a French term or whatever. I don't fucking know.
See, it fits.
But you're right. But I actually looked at this, and it was like one of the definitions when the plebeians of Eurasia of Mussolini, and I'm like, plebeians? I'm like, what the fuck? And I just now learned what plebeians or plebs were. So I don't, and like normie culture, it's like if you're a pleb, you're just like a dumb retard, right?
Yeah, but isn't it like a pleb? Isn't that what they call like first year students at a military
No,
academy?
in ancient Rome, the plebeians or plebs were generally a body of free citizens. And I was like, well, how did that get to like?
I just remember listening to, I think it was like a Jocko Willink podcast.
Okay.
And he was like interviewing some guy, and the guy kept calling the first year like soldier people,
Fucking plebs.
and like I thought he was like doing like an online meme at first, and I realized like, no, like that's just like what you call them.
I like it when you look up Prima Noctis too. It's like literally the clip from Braveheart. Yeah.
I don't even remember that from Braveheart. Like I don't know, but
Yes, it is my right.
so imagine if there was a guy.
Dude, that would be fucking hilarious. That is.
I know.
You could do the Braveheart spoof. Remember, like, what was that? Like the early 2000s or like 2005s where they were like making spoof movies.
Yeah,
the really dumb ones.
Movie, and then
yeah.
Like Meet the Spartans. I remember
they made a lot of those, and there's a lot out there.
That Meet the Spartans movie was like, I don't think I understood that bad movies could exist, because I remember around the time that movie came out, I would go to my neighbor's house, and we would just watch like whatever his parents had.
Yeah,
and we would watch Scary Movie, and like there was like whatever that like black people Scary Movie was. I
thought that was Scary Movie.
No, there was a specific like black people comedy movie that I don't fucking
know.
Okay. But in Meet the Spartans, I remember like it was the first time that I understood comedy at all from like a satirical spoof perspective, because I was allowed to watch the 300 except for the sex scenes, because that's the rule.
Naturally.
So I remember going to the movie theaters and my dad was telling me when to cover my eyes, so I knew what was happening in it, so I could understand the jokes in Meet the Spartans, and I thought that movie was like hilarious. Because I had like a very limited worldview.
Sure, yeah.
And I don't even know if I like watched it again or something, but I saw a clip of it, and it was just like, I think like the guy who played the Hulk or something was like
Lou Ferrigno?
No, like,
or the
Hercules guy. Ken Slorbo, or
which I always thought it was funny. I remember like gaining consciousness as like a 6-year-old or whatever, and being like, my dad's like, "Oh, close your eyes. This isn't good to see," and be like, "Oh, what the fuck are you watching, bro? What are you doing?"
It's Kevin Sorbo, not Ken Slorbo.
Okay,
Kevin Sorbo is he's in your favorite movie of all time, God's Not Dead. But he was Hercules. That's who he was.
Okay.
In like a really shitty Hercules show or something.
Perfect.
But whatever. So he's like randomly like kissing some other guy in Meet the Spartans, and I didn't really understand that, but I think it's because Greeks are gay is the joke or something.
Sure.
But anyway, there's a fat guy who plays Xerxes, and I still thought that part was funny.
Really?
That was because you've seen the 300, right?
Yes.
And like Xerxes is like weird, like
there's like they portray him as like a 9-foot tall spray tan black.
Yeah, but hold on, let me. I mean, I feel like this is much more like what he would look like.
Oh yes, yeah, I've seen that clip. Yes,
that part was still fun.
That actually looks, like you said, more accurate than the other one.
Yes,
like I mean, if you were a ruler that could just fucking eat whatever you wanted.
Who is he? Who played him? Played by
some
Ken Daviton,
some Greek or Iranian. Dude,
he signs these pictures apparently. That'd be great.
Oh yeah, I would hang that. I would hang that.
Oh, he was a fake gangster guy.
Ooh, okay, dude. One of these times.
He's also like 2 feet tall.
That person.
He's dead. He's still alive. He's only 72.
There is somebody that I know and that is like the tier fake gangster, and we should probably let's talk off of this, but like, dude, it's like, I hate that where it's like, yeah, I'm Peaky Blinder cool. I'm like the
Peaky
guy.
Blinders isn't even, I don't know that.
Yeah, but I mean that's the general statement that people have, right, with like tough fake gangsters. They had like
this is very important. I got to butt in here. The guy who played Xerxes in Meet the Spartans he's young enough that his idol growing up was Burt Reynolds.
Really?
So I don't understand how this makes sense. How do you get that fat and old within whatever?
With having Burt Reynolds as your idol?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not exactly sure who you're talking about right this second. So I wasn't listening super great, and it's not gonna work. Don't.
Okay. Well,
it'll pick you up on this one.
Alrighty.
So,
well, I don't know. We'll have to get some NDA signed or something. Yeah. Burt Reynolds. I forgot completely about Burt Reynolds. I just know Kurt Reynolds.
Kurt Russell?
No, doesn't he have the guy that played Quigley? The guy the sharpshooter from Quigley. Isn't that a Reynolds?
Dude, I don't.
Stand by, gentlemen. We're gonna figure this shit out.
No, I was also looking at the. I mean, I guess it wouldn't really shock me, but Quigley Down Under is a good movie.
It is a good movie. I was when you were talking about the Australian guy, and I was like,
Pretty sure that's just Burt Reynolds, man. Tom Selleck.
Okay. Well, if you guys saw pictures, you'd understand my confusion.
Yeah, they all look the same. But I was thinking about this, and I know that I wouldn't even have to really push you that hard to do this, and I was laughing thinking about like, it's like if you have like the success of people actually listening, like how far would you be willing to go? And it's like if like 500 people were routinely listening, what would you do? And like stuff like that.
Okay.
And I was like, like if 500 people were listening, like I would definitely get like a glass of milk tattooed on my arm.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
Even if it's not even like successful, it would just be funny.
Yes.
Right, and stuff like that. Then I was just like, how much would it take to get like a gold tooth implanted that you don't need?
Well, dude, I'll tell you what. You pay for it, I'll take it. You know what I mean?
That's what I said. Like, I mean,
all right,
10 people.
Exactly. Let that be a lesson. If you guys want to pay for my gold tooth implant, I will take it.
How about getting a beak surgically implanted?
That would be quite a bit. Does it have to like be like my entire teeth like removed, or can I have like a little internal beak that I could like crack nuts
like,
with?
All of your teeth are gone, but you have like a fully functional, doesn't affect your eating or talking beak in your mouth.
Fuck. I do it for 5 million.
5 million subscribers a month.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I was thinking more like,
to have a beak? How much would you take for a beak? That's a tall order, dude.
I mean, I guess like if it didn't affect like talking or eating or whatever, like
can we call it like I get all of my teeth removed and like one tooth across the entire part of my mouth?
It's like your lips are still there. You have an internal beak.
So it's just a solid tooth going from my molars all the way to like everywhere, like fully. Oh, for that, dude, 1,000 people, light work.
Okay, so if anyone knows a doctor,
yes,
could, like an evil German
if I can get
doctor,
one tooth.
I don't know. I was wondering about that because I saw a thing where apparently, do you know who iDubbbz is?
Sounds familiar. Some like gamer dude.
He is back in the like early YouTube days. He had like a bunch of very funny videos, and he was he was funny back in the day, but it was like low common denominator humor.
Sure.
And he would do a thing where he would like go up to that. This is so stupid, but the girl,
run it.
The girl who was like I don't even know how to say her name, like Tana Mongo.
Okay.
There was a girl who was somehow related to Jake Paul or something in some way. She was a famous YouTuber, and he like bought a meet and greet ticket and just like walked up to her and dropped an N-bomb.
Nice.
And it was like he was all of his humor. The punchline was an N or an F, if you get what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
And then, but he would also do stuff like he had this video where he like climbed into an LA sewer and was eating like pickles out of it.
What?
Yeah, and just like, I don't know, but it was done in a funny way.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, but it's still a funny video. Like it's like still a funny video. Whatever. Now
the original Pickle Rick.
He was a sewer pickle. Whatever. But he got like he started dating like an OnlyFans girl, and they got married. Okay. Oof. And he went like full, just like cuck mode, like insane. And he like it literally sounds like she like forced him to box, and he got the shit beaten out of him. And he sounds like he has like CTE now, and he used to have. I mean, he had like 7 million subscribers on YouTube. Right?
Really?
And now he has like a thing where only like 700 people ever watch him, and they had to like sell their house and move to whatever. And like there's a million layers to this, but basically the guy's like a total cock now. And he had a thing where he was on stream and he was like talking about how like what it was like everyone he talks about on stream, like he talks about like famous persons, like they're a pipeline to the right because like she's like a super liberal lady.
Okay.
So he has to be like a total like Hassan Piker cuck, who he actually went on to Hassan Piker's like cast and was just like forced to sit in a chair in the side as he like, well, I don't know.
It's like being verbally
But
cucked.
the point of me even bringing this up was she was at one point like attracted to some guy who had a bunch of tattoos and a gold tooth, and then over the years he had his healthy tooth ripped out and replaced with a gold tooth and is covered in tattoos now.
Okay.
And the dude is like a greasy little gremlin now, and she has like a weird pear head, and she's an OnlyFans girl who had like breast implants until they got married, and then she took them out, which is like,
How do you wait? You can do that?
Yeah.
Was she renting them?
No,
Was she just like, all right,
well,
time's up?
I think that in this situation, she already like she thought she caught one and was like, I don't need these anymore. I'm not like a whore because she deleted her OnlyFans.
Okay.
And then as times got tough, she started one back up and got them put back in.
Dude, do you think you could like have inflator, deflator ones? Or are you like,
I'm
all
sure
right,
you
we're
can,
going
'cause
off?
They have like the nut sack one for like the.
They do, yeah.
Which I always wondered about that because I don't know, imagine like I no. Just the idea of like grabbing the wrong one or something, and like I mean, I don't think so.
The whole cook situation sounds like a lot like Sean Evans, you know, the guy that does the Hot Ones chicken wing eating thing.
Well, doesn't he just date porn stars?
Well, that's the thing. Like he went and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna date this girl. She's hot." And she's dating him. And Adam 22, which originally I thought was a black dude, was like, "Oh, dude, congrats!
Like
nice."
you saw him and thought he was black, or like,
no, I just heard the name and I was like, "Oh, it's just a black
okay.
dude." Right? And he was like, "Oh, dude,
he's Jewish."
Really?
Yep.
Well, that explains it.
Yep.
He was like, "Oh, dude, congrats, nice pussy," and he was like, "All right, we're breaking up."
Well, I know that whole thing. I don't really know anything about him or that thing.
That's the only thing I know about Sean Evans and Adam 22.
Well,
they have a really shitty.
I know
podcast,
more about Adam 22 than I would like to admit because of there was a deep dive that I did on him after a while.
Okay.
Like, who the fuck? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
I don't like why.
Who cares?
What the fuck
why
is going on here? Right? And it's I do on some. I think he's a degenerate.
Yeah. Fuck you.
But some of the stuff is pretty funny.
All right.
When he like exploited that Crip Mac guy who was like a retarded black guy with like a bunch of face tattoos.
Okay.
And I don't know, some of that was funny. But he like apparently this might be entirely wrong.
Okay.
So just I don't know what
just disclaimer, forewarning.
So I think he was like originally like a BMX or like kind of like skateboarding BMX guy.
Okay.
That was his like original thing, and then that's like kind of bleeds into hip hop culture. And he started the podcast called No Jumper because it had nothing to do with like jumping dirt bikes and shit.
Okay.
That's what I heard.
All right.
And he became super popular right around the COVID era because like nobody was working and
doing anything, and all they had time was to look at dumb shit.
So he was posting stuff, and I mean, he was interviewing like up and coming rappers, and he had like a good streak there where the guys he would interview would become like super popular within a month.
Okay.
Right. So you get like stuff where fucking whatever they are, Little Xanax.
Yeah. Little Xan.
Yeah, he was on there. That's the only guy I remember that was on there. And they would have these stories and this and that and whatever. And then,
dude, he did have Nicholas J. Fuentes on.
He spent like $5 million on a compound to do it, and had like all of these like. It looked like one of those Chinese social media content factories where they had like the little booths set up.
Yeah.
Like on like a bigger scale. And then it was like everyone he worked with was like, fuck you, I quit. And then nobody wanted to work for him for I don't know why. And then also nobody watched his shit anymore. So he just was stuck with a giant building that he couldn't afford. And it was like,
oh, sick, dude.
Yeah. So I do feel for you there because it's like, that's just shitty. You think you're like
ready, you made it. And then everybody,
I mean, you're literally, you think you're taking the next step. And then whether it's your fault or not, all of the talent that you had like probably kind of like given a platform to on some level
was like, I'm going to go do this shit for me.
Well, I don't even know I literally don't know any of their names. I don't know anything about them. I thought that it was funny that of the like random hip hop journalism people.
Sure.
It was him and that DJ Vlad guy that are the two like non-black people, and they're both Jewish pretending to be white. I just found it funny.
I mean, that's a tale as old as time.
I know, but it was funny. So he dude, I don't know that there was that one episode that he went on Matt and Shane's podcast.
Okay.
And it was like, it did not go over well with anyone at all. And it was like, you could tell that Matt was trying to make it work, and Shane seemed like generally kind of uncomfortable.
Sure.
Because like, I mean, the whole thing is like, this dude's like married to a porn star.
Right.
Right. And he's like definitely a deviant.
Yep.
Right. And Matt is like trying to
literally can find anything to talk about.
Well, no,
he's just like
Matt's doing his thing,
right?
But you can see Shane, and like he doesn't want anything near him. Kind of, like, that was like the vibe I got.
Don't touch me.
Yeah, and then like none of the people watching were like, everyone's like, "What is this?"
Yeah, just
like,
stop.
Like, don't do this.
Yeah,
right?
just stop.
So that was I thought that was kind of funny. So
that is really funny.
I was also laughing about it was funny because most of the podcasts that I was fans of, or I am fans of, a lot of them had Sam Hyde on like super early.
Really?
Yeah, like there was one of the no free advertising, guys.
Yeah,
we don't want any of our 18 viewers.
Yeah, dude, you guys gotta stay loyal.
Yeah, but there was a couple of them that they had him on like super early, and they're just like not even like you can't find them on YouTube or anything anymore. The interviews.
Okay.
Right.
I
get it. Like,
I understand that.
To be like mainstream, whatever. And this
yeah,
was this was a few years ago before Sam Hyde had any level of like being normal. Because he was completely accepted, but he was like a fringe person, but not like a career ruiner.
Right.
In the beginning, then he went into just straight up career ruiner territory. Then he's back to like fringe person.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And it's like I think it would be funny. Because the guy you used to be able to get was John McAfee.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Or you could get him early.
Yep.
You could be nobody and he would call you. If you pestered him enough on like phone calls and stuff, you could get him. And I was thinking about how funny that would be to have to try to do that to Sam Hyde. Like, hey man, basically I was thinking it's like, hey, so every podcast that I listened to around episode 32,
yes,
I'm on episode 27. Could we please have you on in 5 episodes? Yeah, yes. Just something like that. But I think I don't know. I don't know if I think I might get roasted by anyone if you try to have them on.
Nah, dude. We'd double team them. We'll prima nocta their ass.
I'm going to rape you.
Come here, you're in my home. I am the Lord. We should get Donald Barr on here.
I don't understand this. What is this?
So, you know how all the boomers were like, William Barr is going to save us.
Well, I know that the William Barr is a good man.
Yes.
I know that.
Well, his father, Donald Barr, had a novel that he wrote called Space Relations. And the whole premise is behind aliens that abduct children for sex slavery.
When is this?
This is 1973.
Wasn't he in the CIA?
Iran-Contra, I think. He was part of that. But he was like, I heard this and I was like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, it's a science fiction space opera about aliens abducting children. So basically, Donald was warning us.
I don't. So he was he was the Office of Strategic Services, which is CIA before the CIA.
Yep.
Okay. So no, I do specifically remember. Now I remember.
There you go.
So he was.
You keep going. I got to pee.
Okay, we're gonna end this in just a second because I can hear the screeching taking place down there. So
right.
Hold it for a second.
Well, I'll hold my dick.
He was. William Barr's dad was essentially CIA without being CIA.
Right.
He was doing predictive programming with his books that he was writing.
Okay.
That was the deal because there was other books too. And I remember all of this because of a early episode of WarMode, right? Which, funnily enough, is I think Levi's inspiration. For
Absolutely. Spud, I love you. You make wonderful intros. I understand when you say the best thing about life is making intros.
So when you guys hear this, we'll come on your pocket. We'll grace you with
exactly.
Yes, but I think we're probably going to call it. That's 1 hour and 36. We got to do one edit. But
a well-deserved edit.
Yes. So, goodbye.
Bye, baby.